I have already explained this chapter, the 100 dresses, through mind map and focus points. And I hope you have read the chapter, and if you haven't, then go through the text once. Then only you will understand that why I am telling you, discussing with you these question answers. Firstly, I have told you that this chapter is the 100 dresses part 1, and I have told you that story hasn't ended, and the story has not ended now. The story is in continuation, and in part 2 we will see the rest of the story. Generally, what happens in our boards when question comes, it comes in certain way that you have to answer from the whole story, that is from part 1 as well as part 2. You can include both the things. When it is mentioned when there is mentioned that this is the question, like where is the classroom does Wanda sit and why in 100 dresses. If this sort of question comes when there is no part mentioned, then you are free to include any line, anything from both the parts. Okay, so part 1 and part 2 I'm telling you again. And if in the question nothing is mentioned about the part, then you can write answers from part 1 and part 2. When you will write about the character, you can include the characteristics from part 1 as well as part 2. But here I want to tell you, if question comes when it is mentioned about part 1, then what you have to do? Then you have to answer from part 1 only. Like, see, for the first question, this is one of the short question. Where in the classroom does Wanda sit and why? This answer that Wanda used to sit in the seat next to the last seat in the last row in room 13. And why? The answer is she sat there because her feet were normally caked with dry mud and was very dirty. I told you Wanda's feet was very dirty. So in order to avoid being laughed at by her classmates, she sat there to hide her dirty feet. So I have already explained you that Wanda suffered from inferiority complex. I have told you that she got bullied. So here through this question answer I am explaining you again that why she sat there. She sat there because her feet were normally caked. Mark this word, caked. I am using this type of words in answer. You also should start using some different and attractive words to decorate your answer. In that way, marks will be higher. So in order to avoid being laughed at by her classmate, I have told you that Peggy used to bully Wanda. So in order to avoid all those laugh of the classmates and those bullying, she sat where? In the last, used to sit in the seat next to the last seat. So this answer, this is from part 1 only. There is no mention of part 2. We care about the story until now what we have studied. This question is from that area. Next question is, where does Wanda live? What kind of a place you think it is? I have told you where Wanda lives, this Boggin Heights, and I have also told you that this place seems that it was a place far away from the school and also where there was a lot of dry mud. I told you that she came to school and she had dirt in her feet. So you can mention this type of innovative lines, okay? And thereby indicating that it was not a very rich locality. Nowhere it is written in this format, okay? But you have to understand. That's why I am explaining you through question. Why? Because in CBSE, when you will be answering all these questions in your boards, no one is going to ask you to draw something else, okay? The thing will be how your knowledge will be tested. It will only be tested through question answers, nothing else. This type of question will be asked and you have to answer. So I'm telling you, I have already told you in our letter to God how you can write your answers in a better way, and through this chapter also I want to tell you some of the tips. Like here I have written that indicating that it was not a very rich locality. So whatever inner meaning I'm telling you in the chapter when I'm explaining, if you can include your own thoughts, the way you are viewing the chapter, your own meanings, if you are able to understand it in your own terms, except my explanation also, a chapter can have 100 of meanings. In literature, one single line can have 100 of meanings. So you can write these types of line. It is not written there that it was not rich locality, but what we understood, I have explained to you this line, that there was lot of dirt in her feet, indicating what? Indicating that it was not a very rich locality. Okay. Next is, did Wanda have 100 dresses? Why did you think she said so? No, she did not have 100 dresses. I already told you, because she was poor and wore the same faded dress to school every day. She had an inferiority complex. This is what I was telling you, that she had an inferiority complex. I have explained you what this complex is. That means she suffered from inferior mentality. She thought she was weak, she did not have financial capability, and so she wanted to show off. In order to hide the complex and impress the other girls, she always said that she had 100 dresses. I have already explained you, but I want to show you how you can include these in your answers. So whatever explanation I am giving you, you can include all these things in your answer in this manner. Okay. Now in long question, so I have told you in short question, all these questions so far that we have discussed, all these questions were related to this part of story. You did not get any question from outside the story. So it is from 100 dresses part 1. So and answers will be also from this part 1. No part 2 is included over here. Next, for long question, see this. In the text, the 100 dresses 1, what way was Wanda different from other children? What is mentioned here? The 100 dresses part 1 is already mentioned. So we will read part 2 and you will see Wanda's character again in a different light. We will see certain other points also. But when it is mentioned that 100 dresses part 1 in your question, then you are not allowed to include anything from part 2. Whatever you have to write, those points should be in part 1 only. So in the light of this 100 dresses part 1, I have given you the answer. See, Wanda is seen as different. I have put the different word in quotation. Why? Because it was mentioned in the question. So if you want to include any certain word, not the whole question, certain word in your answer, you can include it and you can write that in a quotation also. It will increase your marks. I have told you in the first chapter and I am repeating it again that you can include quotes from your text. That will always increase your marks. So now concentrate on the answer. It is told that she is a young Polish girl. She goes to school with other American children in an American town. She is identified according to her country of origin rather than to ethnicity. She did not have any friends. She came to school alone and went home alone. She had a very strange name and was very poor. All these lines I've explained you, so I'm not explaining you again, but you see the answer that whatever I have included here everything is in part 1. Everything is in your text of 100 dresses part 1 and nothing I have included from part 2. Why? Because in the question it was written the 100 dresses 1. Peggy would ask Wanda how many dresses and everything. You can see the whole answer. That but Wanda scarcely even says anything to anybody in spite of being discriminated and abused by other girls. So she was discriminated. She used to sit in the last bench and she was abused. Instead of the word bullying, I have used the word abused. So it is not necessary that you will use only one word everywhere in the question. What I have done? I have included this word abused. Okay, I have included this word discriminated. So use this type of words whatever you know while forming your own answer. Answer should vary for each student. Every student should not write the same answer. Why? Because when the examiner will check, if he or she finds out that all answers are same, what they will think? They will think that you have copied from each other. So answer should be different. Answer should be innovative. If you can write a very good quality answer, include certain things from your own mind in that answer. Try to be more imaginative. I have told you in first chapter and I am telling you again, and later also in some other chapter I will again tell you some other tips, but try to include all these tips. Okay, so what are these words I'm telling you? Instead of bullying, I have used the word abused. So in this way you can use certain other synonyms of words. Next question, again you see here I have told you that there should be the mention of this 100 dresses part 1. This part 1, when this part 1 is mentioned, whatever you are going to write, it should be from the text of part 1. We will see to these characters, we will see more details of this character in part 2. We will see the story again and some with other tricks in part 2. But if it is mentioned part 1, then you are not allowed to write anything from part 2 in your answers. But if what happens, the 100 dresses is only mentioned, if 1 is not mentioned or 2 is not mentioned, if parts are not mentioned, then what will you do? Then your answer should be from both part 1 and part 2. When the whole text is what the examiner is expecting. When the examiner is expecting answers for the whole the 100 dresses chapter, then you can include both the parts. But when part is mentioned, then answers should be from that part only. Why is Maddie embarrassed by the question Peggy asks Wanda? Is she also like Wanda or is she different? Maddie was embarrassed by the questions Peggy asked Wanda because she was poor herself. She was poor. I have told you. Okay. This is what we know about Maddie up till now. As because it is mentioned that part 1, so I am going to write about all these points which are mentioned in part 1 and I am not including anything from part 2. We will see Maddie in a different light in part 2, but I am not mentioning anything here. She usually wore old clothes which were handed down by someone else. She usually wore what type of a clothes? Peggy's clothes or some clothes which she got from somewhere. That type of a clothes she used to wear. She used to her mother used to stitch all those clothes and make them better in a way. If she was this much extent poor, so you can write this point that she usually wore old clothes. Why am I explaining you all these things to answer? Because the board is expecting you to write good answers. So the point, see, one I mentioned a point what? She was poor. Next is she usually wore old clothes which were handed down by someone else. She was worried perhaps later everyone would start teasing her too. She thought she was different from Wanda in the sense that she would never claim that she had 100 dresses. She was not as poor as Wanda, yet she was afraid that other girls might mock her too. Which word I have mentioned? The word mock. I have not mentioned abused. I am not mentioning one single word everywhere. Instead, I am playing with the words and changing the words. So, you can also include mock, abuse, bully, mental torture, these types of other words in other questions. Next question is again from 100 Dresses part 1. Why does Maddie stand by and not do anything? How is she different from Peggy? Or was Peggy's friendship important to Maddie? Why? Which lines in the text? So I have given you this answer also. And why am I telling you, discussing with you? Because the last part of answer. Which lines in the text tell you this? So see. Some of the lines from the text which shows that Peggy's friendship was important to Maddie are as follows. I have given what? I have given quotation marks. I have told you to include quotes and give quotation marks. And these are the lines that are written here. Peggy, who had thought up this game, and Maddie, her inseparable friend. How were they? Peggy and Maddie. So whenever you can see Peggy and Maddie's friendship is asked, then you can write this word inseparable. Then again you can see I have written certain other quotes also. Go through this. And why am I telling you all this? Because I want you to understand the importance of quotation marks. Okay. Now, how does Wanda feel about the 100 dresses game? You can see Wanda did not show any feelings regarding the dress game. It is most likely that she was deeply hurt, but she maintained a stoic face and showed that she was made of tough nerves. See the word. Tough nerves means she was strong. Instead of the word strong, I have given what? Made up of tough nerves. She told that I have 100 dresses. Okay, so she showed what? She showed that she can reply. She was not subjected to bullying. So what word I have used? Tough nerves. She was a girl who was very poor and came from long distance, which made her feel dirty. She wanted to draw attention of her friends. She felt very happy whenever she told that she had so many dresses. Okay. So I have included another thing, tough nerves. This thing you can also include this type of terms. Next is Wanda's character. Again, what is mentioned? 100 dresses. Part 1. So I am going to answer this in the light of this thing, part 1 only. I am not including anything from part 2 over here. So again, what is written? She is a Polish girl, poor, bog inside, shy and quiet, did not talk to anyone. Last row. Okay, notice the key points. I have given all these key points in the mind map, and with those you can frame this answer. She used to wear the same faded blue dress. I have told you that the dress was not ironed but clean. So mention all these things. Everybody used to tease her. Now what word I have used? Tease. Not abused, not mock, but teased. She did not have 100 dresses. She had an inferiority complex. In order to hide that complex and impress the other girls, she always said that she had 100 dresses and 60 pairs of shoes. Again, see the word determined. Instead of using that she had tough nerves, I have used the word determined. Why? Because she drew that 100 dresses, displayed all those sketches, and everyone said that it was so beautiful, and she won the competition. So the word which I have used to describe her character is determination. She was determined, and so she drew all those things. Okay. So again I am repeating this. When it is asked, when it is mentioned in the question 100 dresses part 1, then please to write everything in the answer from the part 1 text itself and not from part 2 text. But if it is not mentioned from part 1 or part 2, then you can write from everything, everywhere. And in part 1, we have seen Wanda's absence, we have seen Peggy making fun of Wanda, we have seen that Maddie was poor, she used to wear dresses from other people, from Peggy itself. Read the text and find out all these things again and again what I have explained. Next is her feet, that was full of dirt, Wanda's feet. All these key points I have mentioned. So remember all these key points and write down when you're writing your answers. Write all these things, and with all these things mention such words like mock, abuse, tough nerves, all these things which I have given you. With the words that I have changed the sentence construction, I have given some extra words there. You can also include this type of words. If you have some better words, you can include that also. You can change the words with that, it's synonyms, and you can write that also. And I have told you before also, and now also I am telling you, please do include quotes in your answers. It will give you plenty of marks. Why? Because the examiner will think that you have read the text, and when the examiner finds out that the student has read the text, he becomes very happy, and he gives you good marks for that. So I'm repeatedly telling you, you can use synonyms, you can use better words in your answers, except writing like kids. You can use these things like tough nerves or inferiority complex. You can write all these things, and then you can give quotations, and while mentioning the quotes, you have to give the quotation marks also over there. Okay, and again, same thing I want to repeat. The story is not completed. It will be in part 2 again. But if it is mentioned about part 1 in the question, so write down the question only in context of part 1's text, and don't shift your attention towards part 2. And if nothing is mentioned in the question about part 1 or part 2, you feel free to write from the whole chapter. And after we complete both the part 1 and part 2, you will see how beautiful the chapter is, what type of discrimination based on the name, based on the poverty, based on financial crisis comes out. Because up till now we have just seen a glimpse. It's just the introductory chapter, you can say. We haven't gone deep into it up till now. In part 2 we will see to the more mental things that goes on in children's mind and in society. We will see to in part 2. But again I'm telling, read the text and try to include things from the text in your answer.